Yo, it's Hit Boy here repping with Hard Knock TV, HS87 repping all day.
This that shit y'all been missing. This that shit y'all don't hear no more. This that shit that Nas was kicking, the shit that Big would've spent the night before.
Do you remember your first hip hop memory?
My first hip hop memory, man, maybe my uncle's playing the N.W.A. album and just all the vulgar lyrics and stuff like that.
Were you automatically drawn to it, or you just...
Yeah, I mean, I was just always a fan of music, so anything that just sonically sounded different than stuff I heard every day, I was super into.
Do you remember at what point you decided that you wanted to produce? Is that the first thing you wanted to do, or did you maybe want to rap or play instrument?
I mean, I was just always involved in just the music, because my uncle was in a group called Troop that's on my shirt. Actually, they were successful. They had a few #1s and stuff. And when they were at their peak, me and my mom used to stay with my uncle. So I saw the rehearsals, I saw the studio sessions, I saw the live performances, and just everything about music. And I was just always just into it, you know. So started rapping when I was like, I always used to mess around with it when I was a kid, but when I turned 13 is when I started taking it really, really serious, and then I started producing a few years later, so the rapping actually came first. Okay.
What made you want to start the producing side?
I just started having fun with it. I was in a group, and the group member I was in the group with, he had his own setup. He was the first kid I knew who, he had Acid Pro, and he had Fruity Loops and stuff like that, and he could record and make albums in his room and stuff like that. So he introduced me to Fruity Loops, and I just started messing with it at his crib one day. Ended up getting my own setup, and man, the rest was history.
Yeah.
My mama raised me up in the era when Papa was gone, he was serving coke and heroin. Writing raps you would've thought I had help, but niggas frontin'. Fuck it, I just keep these beats for myself. You see it's broke nigga hating, that's that internet shit talking on the low. And it's rich nigga hating, that's don't let him in, that nigga might blow.
Now that you're rapping and producing, is it hard to give other people some of your favorite beats? How do you pick what you keep for yourself and what you give to other people?
Now my process is not really like beats, you know what I'm saying? Like I just like, I'm more digging into like feelings and stuff like that. So it's like I might just start with just a keyboard and build my own music now. Like it's like I don't really just make a bunch of beats for myself or for anybody else. Like I've been so busy that I have to create the music on the spot now. I don't have to, I'm not the kid who just like is in Fontana anymore making 30 beats a day. Like now it's like we got actual sessions, and I'm sitting with Mariah Carey hand in hand playing the keys, you know what I'm saying, and really coming up with records. And this is really what I'm about. Like I'm not that guy that people thought I was, as far as, you know, just niggas in Paris or these simple beats that got me on, you know, like Ho said, man, I had to dumb down to double my dollars, you feel me? But it's still a higher echelon of that sounding music. But you know, now I'm just really creating music. It's not just about the beats anymore, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change the culture, man. I'm trying to bring it back to when it felt right. It just felt good, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm capturing feelings right now.
But there haven't been any songs that you've made that you've been like, man, maybe I should have kept that one for myself.
Not at all, man, because like I said, I feel like music ends up where it's supposed to. So if it's for me, that connection is going to happen on a whole different level. I guess like I feel like I have like a real spiritual connection with my music, you know what I'm saying? And it's so honest and it's so catered, it's like tailored to me, you know what I'm saying? So if it's meant for me, it's going to find its way to align to that.
Always been the humble type, but I can't take light to niggas double my age, giving brash advice when they ain't done half what I have. Since the madness began, been selling more than a catamaran. Then they compare me, these people try to compare me to niggas producing tapes, they ain't even close to a Grammy.
I saw on, I think it was Instagram or Twitter, that a legend stopped by your house recently.
That was pretty amazing.
Tell me about that experience.
I can't really like go into it. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna just say a couple of things because they didn't want me to give out any information about it. So, but basically, like Dre, my boy Fuzzy, I have a great relationship with him. He was the first person to book me for a show as an artist and stuff like that. And we always had a great relationship. He just stopped by my crib one day, and he was like, man, he felt the vibe. He wanted to just bring Dre through, so he just brought him through, and we just kicked it. You know, I played him a couple things, and you know, I'm not saying that we are working together or anything, but it's just like we just vibed, and that was just an amazing thing to have, you know, somebody of that caliber, and somebody who I genuinely really studied as a student of music, to be there co-signing some stuff I was doing, man. And he signed the Chronic album for me.
So you just have that around?
Yeah, well, that was on my wall. It's already
okay.
taped up on my wall. It's like the middle album, you know, to my whole little collage of albums and stuff like that.
Was that the first time you met Dre?
Nah, okay. I had met Dre before,
okay.
yeah, but that was the first time we got to really vibe like that.
You have production on a few albums that are probably going to get Grammy nominations for hip-hop, especially, and I'm sure other stuff. Do you have an album in particular that you think deserves the Grammy nod this year?
Man, I'm gonna say Kendrick, man. Like, I felt like he had one of the most organic stories and organic movements of the last couple of years. So, and then I seen it. I watched him go from not being able to sell out a show, you know, early, to what he is now, you know, on the Yeezus tour. It's amazing, man. So I appreciate his mind and where he's trying to take his music.
Drake mentioned a couple of weeks ago the two of you have some unreleased tracks stashed. Is that coming for a particular project? Are you guys going to leak that, or is it just kind of...
Man, that's 100% up to Drake, man. But I just know, like, the shit is awesome. So, you know, it's like, it's all in what his vision is. So whatever he wants to do with the songs, like, you know, he knows what his plans are and what he wants to do. I'm just here to help bring his vision musically and bring the bed, you know. When
you work and you vibe and you create that stuff, but then, like, sometimes it doesn't place on an album, or sometimes it doesn't place on the project you thought you were working on, or whatever. Is that hard as a producer, or you just kind of chalk it up?
No, yeah, 100%. That is like one of the most frustrating things about the, you know, game, just taking your time and working with these people, and sometimes things don't connect the way you thought they were. So, you know, but at the end of the day, man, like, if it's good, it'll end up somewhere, like I'll keep saying. So maybe, like, I'm for sure there's going to be a bigger look than it originally would have been, or whatever. Like, not even just the Drake stuff, but a bunch of stuff that I have just sitting around. Like, I know it's going to end up somewhere because it's good.
Right. You definitely work with some of, like, the top, you know, artists out there, but you definitely have your ear to some of the younger cats, and some of like, you know, Joey Badass was on there, Vic Mensa was on there.
Exactly.
I just talked to Logic's people, and you're going to work with Logic too. Like, talk about having that ear to the next generation. Well,
the thing is I mean, I'm 26 years old, but I've literally produced for every single person I set out to produce for when I was a kid. Like, I've worked with everybody, you know what I'm saying? So now that doesn't excite me no more. That doesn't give me that burning feeling like, oh man, this is awesome. It is awesome still, but like, now it's about making new legends, making myself a legend, making Audio Push a legend, K Roosevelt, Casey Veggies, Rocky Fresh, Stacey Barth, all these youthful people, Luke James. Like, there's just so many young people who are coming up, and the tide is turning. Like, it's time for new legends, period, point blank. So that's what I'm focused on. Like, I'm gonna always go work with certain people when they call me, and I'm excited about having an opportunity to make some real hits with the legends. But man, the new generation is what Hit Since '87 stands for. It's just a whole new era. It's like embracing the '80s. I was born in '87. It's about that. Like, you know, I feel like a hit is what you feel right here. Like, it don't matter if the shit got 1 million views or 1,000 views. If the shit is like, if you feel it right here, that's what's real, man. It's just all subjective. So I'm just thinking about the quality, man.